This week on Big Eyes, Jamal stepped out, but I am not alone. I got a very special guest, and we sit down to talk about Hunter x Hunter, Undead Unluck, Jujutsu Kaisen, and a whole lot more. So if you couldn't already guess who it was by now, stay tuned for this week's episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. And welcome to an all new week, an all new episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. I am your host this week, AD. Jamal is out handling business. He's out being great and everything. Yeah, man. As you can hear, we got a very special guest. I am not alone.
No, of course not.
I got the one, the only. You can find him on RSPN, one half of The Lookout, part of Mount Silver. We got JGOkkotsu in the building.
What's up, man? What's going on, bro?
Everything good, man?
Oh, man, everything's great, dude. Just really happy to be on here, talk about manga, man. You know, this probably takes up like 60% of my world, like anime/manga. So it's the shit that gets me by. So yeah, man, I'm so happy to be here. And obviously, definitely do it for Jamal while he out making the world better.
Yeah, man. He's gonna be back next week. We might have to do like one with all three of us again, man. Because
you already know.
Like I think the last time we had that was I think it was the Showdown episode.
Mm-hmm.
Hisoka versus Crowley. That was a really fun episode, man. That's probably one of my favorites, man.
That shit was too fun, man. Showdown will be back too, man. I think first quarter next year I'll definitely me and Eric will be back and we'll do some more stuff. But man, that was a fun episode for sure.
Hey man, you heard it here first. I'm definitely in the wings. Man, I ain't gonna hold you. Like I'm also tapped into RSPN. Like I just became like a recently revitalized basketball fan. So hearing you and Mark break down last week and then going into this, because I'm from Atlanta, man, and Atlanta sports be struggling sometimes. So I be having
bro. Trust me. I've been here since high school, so I know about it. But man, I'm a huge soccer fan. So when Atlanta United got one, I was like, okay, perfect. Like there's something there. I think that was good for the city. I think Blank got a taste of that, and he was like, "All right, cool." But Falcons, they need some help, bro.
Yeah, they do, man. Oh my god, it's always been a struggle with the Falcons, man.
Hawks are good though.
Hawks have revitalized it, bro. Hawks
they're fun.
They're really fun. You see the teamwork, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good time, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna be tapped in RSPN definitely.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful to be here though, for real, dude. Like this was you guys definitely brought it up out of me. Outside of you and my girl, like y'all really started putting me on stuff that I was like, I used to definitely be a nigga who would like buy these things, but just like buy it because I wanted it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't necessarily tapping in or like really just reading, just really being about it. And I will say, as far as manga is concerned, Jujutsu Kaisen really like changed my world as far as like keeping up with things weekly and the app and using my platforms to talk about it and shit. And then y'all doing this was a big deal for me. So, I said it before. I say it again, like it's my favorite show. This does it for me. So.
Hey man, we can thank Jamal for that, man. He brought me into it. You guys brought me in, and it's been a fun time just talking on the show with him every week, talking about all the new stuff that we've seen, getting into arguments about everything. All right, so real quick, like
I'm the little homie here. Like, I'm the little homie. Like this is really like I mean, it's not outside my comfort zone because I can really talk about anything, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Like, the point is like I look up to y'all on this level as far as manga, so. My collection wouldn't be what it is right now without the Big Eyes, and that's just facts.
Hey man, we appreciate it. I look up to you and Mills on the Lookout for everything. Like it's nothing but love in the family, man. Because I look up to y'all. Y'all make me want to be a better podcaster all the time. I'm like, man, how can we make this better, man? So it's all up from this way.
Absolutely.
But I know for a fact that like y'all can't cover like manga too much on the Lookout. So this is the outlet. So like what have you been up to, man? What have you been like tapped into? We know about Jujutsu Kaisen. We know JGOkkotsu. You already know what's happening with it.
I'm deep in the Culling games as well as we all are. I'll talk about that a little later. I was brought on to Chainsaw Man early
Mm,
by Jamal, but I didn't tap into it when he told me to. So it
yeah,
took me, I think they were maybe on those last like 20 chapters before I like really saw it myself. And then Ash is super into Chainsaw Man. So we just kind of like, I tapped into that. But currently I was trying to find like my baby, like outside of like, Hunter x Hunter and shit.
yeah.
So Undead Unluck was one of those things where it came out. I saw you had tweeted about it. I did a little bit more research. I love the character design, love the premise. And obviously, like that first chapter that I read was hilarious to me, and it
Yeah,
was like right up my fucking alley, bro. And I was like, okay, I really like this. I thought the character was super cute, and like it was
yeah.
just fun. Like it had a lot of good things to it. So that and Spy Family was like, okay, I'm reading now, you know. Uh, and outside of buying, bro, I mean, man, I've bought. It's almost an embarrassing amount of manga for someone who doesn't have like the Barnes and Noble like little card or whatever. Like I don't have one, but every time I buy books, I'm like, why don't I have one? Like I'm going too hard.
Yeah, man. I honestly, that's what I ended up buying one, man. Like it changes the game. It changed. Like
Does it?
once I started seeing how much I'm buying, I was like, all right, bro, I might as well. If I'm here every weekend, every Friday,
Uh,
bro, like let me go ahead and just cop this card right quick. Let me see.
no, that's nuts, dude. I really it opened my eyes because we had to leave the apartment because of the lightning. You guys might have heard about this, but I
Yeah,
had to pack all my stuff up.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
so the manga that was on my bookshelf is still in a box because I move into my new place here on the 1st of November, right?
Okay.
So whatever's not in that box, I know mentally when I bought it because it's not packed.
Yeah.
So since then, I got like 19 books behind me right now, bro. Like,
Oh man.
so I know that was between me leaving that place and me about to go to my new place. I've wilded out. I've been wilding. So I'm on the verge of purchasing the Demon Slayer bundle. You know
Oh man.
the yeah, I saw it. I'm like, it's like $200. I'm like, shit, bro. I feel like I need to do that.
But that's all at once too, though. So like, you really can't
It
beat
is
that
all
at
at
the same
once.
time because
You
buying the
can't.
individuals, you can't find them sometimes. It's like, all right, this is selling out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
completely get it. I completely
Absolutely,
get it,
bro.
man.
But no, I mean, I've been trying to keep up, man. Obviously, Tokyo Revengers was pushed upon me as well. I really enjoy that. I think the anime helped me dive into that a little bit more too.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
I need physical. We need physical books. I feel like America's trying to figure out how to push that shit without taking all the swastikas out. But anyways,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a whole nother situation. But yeah, obviously, Jujutsu Kaisen is my favorite shit. Still, I came up on Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho. I've read. Well, I didn't read everything of Tokyo Ghoul because I stopped after a while. But Tokyo Ghoul was something that was really important to me at a certain time.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, man, Hunter x Hunter is to blame for my fixation with all this, though.
Hey
So.
man, listen. I just want as many as we got new mangaka coming out and everything, and even got some old ones coming back to like finish their old stuff, or at least putting
Mhm.
out one more chapter. Man, I would
Yeah.
love for Togashi to, get the team back together, get the boys back, sit
Yeah.
down. We go
Just
ahead
finish
and
it, man.
just finish
Just
it. Get
finish
them
it,
off the
bro.
boat, man. Get them off
Just
the
finish
boat.
it, bro. Please get him off the boat, man. I want to see what's happening. I do want to. I really have so much interest in the Dark Continent, bro. You have no idea. Like, there's days I'm at my desk at work, bro, just googling stuff. Always finding stuff I've never seen before, didn't really, remember. So there's maybe nothing more than I want than Hunter x Hunter to return. Honestly, not even from an anime perspective. I can live if it doesn't come back. So be it.
Yeah,
But the manga man, I hope he's healthy enough to one day do that. I'm one of those people that low key feel like he's working. I really
yeah,
do. I think like he's like in. I think this is the longest the hiatus has lasted, like since the breaks coming back. I'm pretty sure we're at the
yeah,
longest, and I'm kind of just praying he's just like low key so he can be done and just put it out.
yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
What's your all right? So real quick, while we're on the Hunter x Hunter, what's your biggest like hope? Like not like if the story comes back, when the story comes back,
Mhm.
like what is the first thing that you want to see? Like what do you want them to like get to first?
I think the Dark Continent is the most important piece of Hunter x Hunter because from what just on that, just looking in and the reading,
Hmm.
it seems as if the Dark Continent is really every hunter's dream. You know,
Hmm.
that's where everything lies. That's where all the secret lies. That's where everything that you need to find. They always talk about how dangerous it is. You get all these hints about what's there, what's not there. The people
Hmm.
that have gone and not came back. The people who have gone and came back.
Yeah.
Kiloa's sister, like things of that nature that you just want to find out about. And I
Yeah.
think that's important. Also, I was a huge fan of the small little mini Gyro episode. I know that
Oh yeah.
he's probably gonna, from what I read, he should be a pretty big badass villain at some point, but I don't know
Yeah.
if we'll get to that. And a time skip, man. I
Yeah.
want a time skip. I really do. I mean, I know they can't really do that without getting through this Dark Continent shit. But I would love to get a time skip. I know Gon is not really involved in much right now, and Kilo is not either. But maybe if they can find a way to uh, go through a little bit, few years, we see them as
Maybe teenagers.
17, 16-year-olds. That'd be incredible.
Yeah, man. I'm right there with you, man. I really want to see like the first thing I was thinking about is like they're still doing like the whole family battle royale thing on the boat and everything. You
Yeah,
got
yeah, which is awesome, by the way.
yeah,
Yo, the shit he's drawn, like just the grotesque monsters, like the Nim
man,
Beast, bro.
bro,
The shit that he was on is crazy,
bro. You
crazy
would think
stuff.
it's like Junji Ito type like
Yes,
art, man.
yes,
Like
yes,
when
absolutely.
Togashi is on one, man, he is really one of the
Telling
best
you,
out here drawing things, man.
telling you, bro.
Like so that's why I don't like take his time, man. Like we want him healthy. Like I would love for all the visuals. I think the one thing that I also want to kind of see is like I want to go back to the cat and mouse game with the Phantom Trooper and Hisoka, man, because we still haven't
Hmm.
seen him, man. Like that's one of the other things. I got to see
Yeah,
how that plays out.
it's crazy how that's all gone. I mean, spoilers for anybody who hasn't read that
Oh
far,
yeah,
but yeah, he's on a mission right now, trying to kill members himself, and obviously Kurapika has his own thing going on. Yeah, it's very very interesting, the Cruella stuff and the Hisoka stuff. I have a lot of aspirations for Hunter x Hunter, bro. I can't not think about it every day because I really do. So again, I want him to be healthy though. So if he can't finish, he can't finish it, bro. But yeah.
all right. I feel it, man. Well, while we still got some stuff going on right now, man, we can dive into the new stuff. We got JJK. We did get a JJK chapter. I
We
think it's
did.
I think it's going on break next week, but
It is. It is. It is. Elephant in the room. I did see this going on break again. I don't. I feel like Gege is just behind still, low key. Like I really do feel that way. Like I don't think. I think he's fine. I think he's just a little behind. I think the culling game shit in general. He's probably confused himself to some degree.
yeah,
Uh, I told Jamal the other day. I was like, I'm not. I think it has a potential to. I think it'll be probably longer than the Shibuya incident,
yeah,
but uh, because what probably happens in this arc will be probably some of the most massive climaxes, like the Megumi Sukuna stuff,
hmm,
a Kotu situation, whatever
yeah.
ends up happening with him. And then we got Itadori and Megumi right now playing two different roles. This chapter was pretty good though. 163 was fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. We finally get to see where one of the Culling Game players, Rin, met Yuji from the
Hmm.
hometown. We see that they went to a different school. You see him like hanging out with some bullies, just feeding off of them, letting them do whatever he wants, and he
Yeah,
reaps the benefits from it. So it's like he's playing the safe role, and all of a sudden you get Yuji coming in, seeing these group of guys bullying someone, and Yuji stepped up and just demolish these niggas,
yeah, he whooped
man.
their ass. Yeah, he whooped their ass real
Yeah,
quick.
man. Put them in a
No
spin
training.
cycle.
Absolutely. Hey, real quick though, I mean, I know I'm not the first one to notice, but Gege be taking some chapters off
Oh yeah,
visually.
yeah,
This wasn't one of them though. He was like, this shit looks nice.
yeah,
This shit
man.
looks nice.
Yeah, man. The direction, the paneling, you could tell that he puts in work when he has him when he's motivated, man. Like even
Yeah,
with the last chapter, like talking
agreed.
about the last chapter where Yuji was going through like the entire, jumping across buildings, fighting the
Mhm.
helicopter head dude, man. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Gege be putting in work, man.
He do, absolutely.
So we get them with the fight and the little flashback, and we pan back to Megumi and Yuji still separated. They're going to two different areas. You got Megumi heading to Ikebukuro, and you got Yuji heading directly to Shinjuku. So,
Yeah,
you know, how do you feel? How do you feel
they got
about her?
tricked.
How do you feel about her, man? How do you feel about old girl that's leading Megumi on?
She's hot, man. No, no, but I don't know. Megumi is usually pretty smart, level-headed. He thinks everything out. We've seen this time after time.
Yeah,
I don't think he's surprised by the shenanigans that came near the end of this chapter, or in the middle of this chapter, I should say.
yeah,
He did give that little aggravated snark face to her after finding out that she fooled me, you know.
yeah,
But I don't think he really uh, minds. Look, bro. I think the biggest impact that Gege can make going forward from whatever happens after this, I think he's gonna kill both of them, bro.
yeah,
I
man.
really do, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it's like the more and more I think he told her, he said, "If you double cross me, like I'm not like Itadori. I will lay hands on you.
I ain't got no problem with it.
I don't got no issues."
And you see him in the panel summoning the demon dog. He's like, bruh.
Yeah, he's pissed off about this shit
I was
for
like, I can't
sure.
believe it.
Yeah, yeah, straight up. No, I really think he's gonna kill them both. Which I mean, she has a great design. Like I don't know if it's gonna go any further than what we see next week or in 2 weeks or the week after. But
Hmm.
she's a cool character. I know people go crazy as soon as they introduced her. You can already find fucking
Yeah, a lot of fan
fan made
art.
stories of them
Yeah,
falling in love with each other and shit like that. But no, I think he's gonna kill him.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, man, definitely. And then we have on the other side, Yuji was actually led to where Higuruma was. He was in a
Hmm.
theater, like a
Yeah,
stage,
yeah,
and he's just sitting in a bathtub, fully dressed,
yeah.
just
Just
chilling,
in a tub,
just vibing out. He's
chilling.
like, have you ever taken a bath with your clothes on? It feels better than you would think. I'm like, all right, bro.
He's a nutcase, man. He's a little strange.
Hey man, he's seen some things. You know,
He has.
he's
I gotta ask you though, bro.
what's up?
Are we like when is Yuji gonna get a clean cut win? Because he's always getting his ass whooped, and I know
Yeah,
he's not necessarily. What I love about him being the quote unquote main protagonist or whatever, because I really don't. I mean, he is, but there's so many other characters. I feel like Gege wanted to make sure everyone was still equal, even though he was the face.
yeah.
He gets his ass whooped a lot.
No, he really does.
He wins in very like situational, like it's very like it's asterisks always an asterisk. Like I wouldn't be surprised here if like if a Kotu came to save him in this situation, I wouldn't even be surprised by it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
but I want to know, what his cursed energy is like. It looks like he has some type of you know uh cursed spirit behind him, or he can manifest something. So I'm really interested to see how this goes.
yeah, man. That's the interesting thing with Yuji a lot of the time for me, man. Because I look at Yuji and I'm like, bro, you're the main character, but
Mhm.
everybody else around you gets more development than you do. Like, we
True.
really didn't find out anything about Yuji's past. Like, we just had the first chapter, and then we got the flashback with his mom, granddad, and dad.
Yeah, even that was still
Like it,
minor.
yeah,
Like it
exactly.
was a big deal, but we don't really have no information outside of everyone could put together like the Kenjaku thing.
Yeah,
That's pretty easy to kind of like figure out at this point. But
yeah.
you know,
And I think with that is like with Yuji and what we see as his motivations and not really worrying
mhm.
about like his past or anything like that. I think
Yeah,
like as Megumi said, Yuji is struggling to kill people. And like, starting out from the beginning of JJK, it was all about cursed spirits, about cursed techniques. We had the bait and switch with Junpei at the beginning and,
right,
him
right.
actually being turned into, uh I forget their names. Auto transfigured.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, we just get this whole debate like and whole thing with Yuji just trying to figure out what it means to actually kill someone. Like even
Yeah,
when it
which
comes to the
is
cursed wounds and stuff, man.
yeah. I find it strange actually, considering who's inside of him.
Yeah.
It's almost they're trying to make sure they steer clear of Yuji being this murderous sorcerer per se. Because I mean, they all kind of have. I mean, I think Gojo's even a little bloodthirsty at times. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like in his own way. We saw obviously what happened with Gitu and all that. We know his situation, or
Hmm.
we knew his situation. So, but Itadori is the only one who's still very. Uh, he just doesn't they don't put him and death hand in hand a lot. Like
Yeah.
it's he doesn't take it well. Nobora takes it well. Megumi knows it happens.
Hmm.
Gojo doesn't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Minami is part of the job. Everybody has an understanding on it but him. So he's gonna have to get rid of that shit. And I think it does have to do with the fact that he knows innocent people have died due to what's inside of him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess they're just trying to keep it clear right now. But he's gonna have to do something.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna come soon. I think somebody has to really push him there, or like really threaten the people that he cares about. Because even when it came
Mm.
to like his grandpa passing away, how he felt about that, and he had to really kind of change his life over a little bit and kind of
Hmm.
take a different meaning to like what it means to be like have precious things close to you. Because the last words he said was, die surrounded by people who love you. And
Yeah.
so I think with everything that is going on with Yuji, and you have Sukuna inside of him, he has to keep control, especially with like how many fingers he's missing, like five.
Yeah, like I think only 5 or 6. Yeah, it's really it's really not much. I still don't know what they've done a good job not like making sure that we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen next with that too.
Yeah,
Like because that really still is the
that
that's the premise.
yeah,
Like
exactly. Like
and we
as
don't
soon as he gets
really
them all, like we got to
what
kill him
happens.
now.
Yeah, what happens? I mean, what's going on? What's Gojo's perspective going to be like at that time? Because he obviously has a lot of love for them, regardless of how he says it or shows it.
Hmm.
What's it all about? And I like the little things.
Yeah,
Yuji telling Okotsu, "Hey, if it happens, I feel like you're the only one that you got to be the one to
yeah,
to take care of it." And then Megumi's like, "Don't say that." I almost
yeah,
feel like Megumi. I almost feel like Megumi knows. I mean, I know he's got to know that Sukuna obviously has plans for him in some way. I don't know if it's going to be a scapegoat situation. He's obviously obsessed with Megumi's, cursed energy. So
yeah,
that will tie hand in hand. I'm pretty sure we all can see that. But how is the greatness of it? I don't know if it's going to be within the Culling Games or I want an arc from Sukuna's past because all these sorcerers that are
yeah.
coming in from the Culling Games and they keep talking about sorcerers from the past or curse users from the past and
They're
stuff
from
like
like the
that.
warring period and
Yeah,
everything.
like I want to see that, bro. They gotta
Yeah,
give me that.
yeah,
They
man.
gotta give me that.
I needed to, man, because it's like how much deeper can it go? We had the angel, we had the other person that we briefly saw killing people and
Hmm.
racking up points, man. So it's like, all right, where are we going here? Like this is really what makes the culling game so excited. Oh my bad,
For
I
real,
always
for
have
real. No,
alarms
you're
going
fine.
off during the day, man. Hold
No,
on,
you're fine.
hold
You're
on,
fine.
man. I got two alarms. Hold on, hold on. I'll be right back.
All right.
But yeah, man, it's just like with JJK, there are so many directions, so many good characters to go across, man, and like we
Hmm.
still got to see more of. Like we got Yuji and Higuruma right now.
Hmm.
Do you really see Yuji killing him at this moment? Like, how do you feel about that fight?
um, I don't really see him as a well. At least when they let us get to know him during the court session, that chapter I think it was 3 or 4 chapters ago.
Hmm.
He didn't really seem like a bad person.
Yeah,
Um, but then again, his statements to Itadori in this chapter kind of made me feel like he still has his own ways of doing things, regardless if he's using his curse energy or I don't consider him a curse user,
yeah,
but Yuji also was like, all right, well, look, I'm not asking you now. I'm telling you, this is what I need. This is what I need. So let's see how serious he is. I think he's a really cool character, but
hmm,
he seems to be a fan favorite thus far for whatever reason. I think people are just more interested in what's behind him than him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. If somebody gotta die, they gotta die, bro.
Yeah, man, that's just the way it goes. But hopefully, we'll see Yuji, take that step. Obviously Megumi, I think he's just gonna handle business, and we still got
Yeah,
Hakari and Panda. They're off in
yeah,
another colony. I
yeah,
don't think we're gonna see anybody else for a while because you know how Gege loves to like do these arcs. He has them numerated, and
yep,
we're probably gonna be in colony one for a good little bit.
yep, yeah,
So strap
yeah.
in.
You probably won't see a Kotu for a while. If you're hoping to see Maki soon, it's probably gonna be a while. If you're hoping to see Nobora just pop up on some shit, you're probably gonna be a while.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, yeah, good
Oh
shit.
man. But yeah, that was JJK for the week. We'll be back in 2 weeks with it, man. Next up we got
Man,
Undead Unluck. You know,
Undead Unluck.
man, listen, Undead Unluck has been,
It's one of my babies.
man, same here. I think with
It's so fun, man.
yeah, man, it's like
What?
it starts off already negative, man. I think that's the
It
best thing.
really does.
Like, and it doesn't even try to like hide it, but it does it in a way that's like the factor mixed in with
Hmm.
like how the approach is. Like, you have Andy and Fuko coming in and he's meeting her. She's trying to kill herself. Um but you have Andy here who's undead, and they go on all these hijinks. The first chapter ends with a
Yes.
literal bang, a meteor falling out of the sky, like
Yeah.
insanity. And just watching their adventures with Union and the Under and everything that they've had going on, like how the world has revolved around them and evolved around them,
Hmm.
through all the things that they've come to. Even up to this current arc where we're fighting spring. And you know, how do you feel
Here's
about this? How do you feel about this entire thing?
here's here's my thing with Undead Unluck. First of all, you can read the first chapter and you can immediately tell yourself, "Oh, this is going to translate so well animated."
Oh,
You
definitely.
know, it is just one of those shows. Fuko is super cute.
Mm-hmm.
She has like this girl next door, like you have to protect her type thing.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I think their interaction between her and Andy are just really just they're just it's just great. It just works. It's gonna work on scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one of them ones. That's just my opinion. Like
Yeah.
I really feel it. I think the anime is gonna do it a lot of favors. Let me just say that.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Because at first you're like, it's a bit crude.
Yeah.
It has like its little moments of being like inappropriate, I guess you
Yeah.
can say.
Like it's
Uh,
really aggressive in the very beginning where it's like, oh man, I don't know, this is kind of unsettling. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna
ooh,
work,
ooh,
but it actually it does because what happens is the overworld starts to form,
yeah,
and you start to see what this is all about, and it's not just them, and it's really cool. Like the most difficult thing you can do, in my opinion, when having a series is you know being able to maintain the aura of, let's say, nin or cursed energy,
yeah,
or being a spy, or like just that thing, like
yeah.
whatever it is, whatever you do, like
That catch that is like, all right, so what makes you special and different compared to other manga? Like, how are you telling
yeah,
your like story, and how are these
yeah.
characters like fleshed out through this type of catch, whether it's quirks and all of that stuff? So
I
I
was
feel,
telling you, I put my shorty on Tokyo Revengers. She was like, so they don't have powers. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's real. That's real
yeah,
because I didn't really, you're looking for that
yeah.
thing, and I'm like, no, but there's time travel. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's the
like
one
that's
thing that's
real.
different, like with Tokyo Revengers, because it's like we've seen so much shonen, bro. Like when we see just these middle school, high school kids, it's like so they just beating ass, bro. They just throwing hands.
They just
That's
beating ass, bro. Violence, hardcore violence. That's
that's
all that
it.
is. That's all it is.
Sometimes you need that.
Straight up.
That's what I think is the best part about Tokyo Revengers. Like you expecting something, but then you expect the unexpected because of how they're telling the story, and like you're
Hmm.
following the weak character of Takemichi, and like you see him kind of have his moments of becoming strong, but then you get like everybody around him, how he's influencing everybody, and I think that's the strength with Tokyo Revengers. Besides them, just hands on sight every time, like
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely, dude. But yeah, man. No, as far as Undead Unluck, man, I think that first The first volume is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you want to try to get somebody into something, and you give it to them, let them read it. I think you can easily get into this. It's a lot of lovable characters, great designs.
Yeah.
That they're gonna translate well from an anime perspective. I haven't heard anything like about it, but I'm sure. I mean, it's doing well enough. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
happen. Um,
I think they have the Jump Festa in December, where they
mhm.
try to announce like a lot of new anime and everything like that. I try to like pay attention to what they got going on. So we might get the
Okay,
announcement that I think they said there may be something special for Undead Unlucky and Mashal, I think. Um, but
that's
we'll see.
awesome.
We'll see,
Because
man.
the way that I see it is like that. The year that we get Mashal Undead, we might get Spy Family as well. That would be a
Bro.
crazy kind of you know
That'll be a
the anime
crazy.
is gonna do Spy Family so well.
Do you think?
I think there's a lot of potential there too. I just feel like it's not your ordinary story
Yeah.
to just get into, but
Yeah.
it's so warming to me.
Yeah.
I really, really, I love the art direction. I love the cover aesthetics, the characters, the
Hmm.
storyline. I just, we all. I feel like everyone stands Anya. Like
Definitely.
we're in there. So the anime, I know that has been announced, but well, we know it's coming. I
we
guess I
we
should
got it.
say.
Who do you think would do it? Who do you think who is your dream like studio to do it?
That's a really good question. Um, I think the easy way out is to say Mappa. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say that. I feel like they already have a lot of shit on their plate. Like I
Yeah.
just don't see it, dude. I can't imagine they would be letting that shit go. I don't know. I don't know.
Because here's what I'd be sitting on the fence on. Because I think I had a conversation with Cyrus about it a while back and Jamal. We
Mm,
kind of see it like with Bones. I think they've done like they've done Mob Psycho. They've done My Hero.
yes.
So I think
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just even with
Even
the
a little
estate.
Hunter x Hunter, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, yeah. So I think
Yeah.
with like Bones wouldn't be a bad choice for Spy Family. I think we can get that aesthetic really nicely done, you know. I feel like if for Undead Unluck, you know, we m- I don't want to say Mappa, but
it's a Mappa series though.
yeah, it's a
It
Mappa
is. It's a boy.
Madhouse type of deal, man. Like
Yeah, for sure. It really is.
oh man, because it's just like all the designs and the aesthetic, and it's just like watching for Undead Unluck, the Umas and the Gators and all of their clashes, where
Hmm.
we got Lloyd and Anya having their hijinks. Anya running down the street with the dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it just works. A lot of powerful moments coming, guys. Like you
Yeah,
just got to understand it. You got to understand it. I see it as like before really like following the big eyes and this being a thing.
yeah.
I was definitely waiting for anime. I was never really like, oh, I want this to come back.
Hmm.
So, maybe I should read. I wasn't like that. I really didn't even consider it, honestly. It was just one of those things. I just wasn't, I was like, you were younger too. You can't
Yeah,
just be spending money the way I do today. But
yeah, yeah,
I was mostly like uninterested in reading the format and just waiting to see it. But you get so much more from the original art and the original story that now I like to go back and kind of see what's different, what's not there. There's a
hmm
lot of fun stuff in Hunter x Hunter that's just not in the anime, or there's stuff in the anime that didn't happen in the manga.
yeah,
So I getting into stuff now like Spy Family, like Undead Unluck. It's important that I try to put as many people on as possible because I want them to be able to see it the way I see it
yeah,
when it's out and about, and you just get to live it. Like I know Chainsaw Man is coming. To me,
yeah,
some of the most beautiful, clean, fun art style. Like uh, Fujimoto is so good. Like I just think it's beautiful stuff. And Mappa is. I mean, the trailer is just
fantastic.
there's
That's
no days off anymore. They've kind of set a new standard, especially after Jujutsu. I think Attack on Titan, since they took over, has always looked pretty good,
yeah,
but this is a whole new level of like cinema, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
like
No, it
there's
really
gonna be a
is.
movie, like, like there's definitely gonna be a movie you already know, at
Hmm.
some point. I feel like Jujutsu probably has 3 movies in them as well, but
Oh, definitely.
um, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. The way that I'm taking it all in, I still need to find more time. Just to be honest with you, I do need to find more time, but uh, I'm so glad that there's so many stories running at once that I can jump on, tap into on the app, and like Undead Unluck, which I
Yeah,
think is one of them ones. I
yeah,
do.
man. Yeah, man. Even with like the current stuff where we have Fuko fighting Spring,
Hmm.
she got taken in by Under. Billy, you wanted to use her power of Unluck to combat against Spring, and we have them in this chapter. She's sitting down and having a conversation with them. You know, and she's like, I just wanted to learn more about spring. you know I dropped out of school and I didn't want to go back. I just looked outside and I saw the life of spring and just how it brought people together. Like, man, the first the first feeling of spring, especially in the South, man. Like, you see all the
Yeah, you
stuff
already
blooming.
know.
Like, the worst thing that could happen is like pollen on your car, man.
That's it.
Like,
That is definitely the worst thing, but it's beautiful out here, though. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
man. That's what I'm saying. And then just like you just see her like envious of everybody inside and just seeing all the sakura blossoms. And, that's one of the biggest things with spring in Japan, especially where you have the Uma here turning everybody who gets touched by the sakura petals into trees, and
Right.
they're constantly dying. So get the backstory to spring, and we find out that in the old days they saw spring as like a bad omen. Like, I used to be chased around by
Which is
humans.
crazy.
Yeah, man, it's the craziest thing. Like, you see like how much humans have like tortured or saw the worst parts of Mother Nature itself, and it's like, dang, man, like you kind of feel for these things, man. You kind of want to be like, all right, man, like we see it as something different, and you see like Fuko just talk to him and say, "Hey, man, listen, that was a different time. That was the past.
Right.
Like, we see it as something beautiful. Mother Nature is amazing. Like, we're grateful to have you around. Like, you bring people together, and you see him just sit there like, wait, you fucking my head up right now. Hold on."
Right, right. Hold on. Yeah, we supposed to be at odds right now, bro.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. And then we get to the point of where the mass changes on spring, and we get the revelation that they were brainwashed by God to play out this game, to have this duel between luck and, well, I should say unluck and spring.
Yeah.
And so, they're playing with everybody's lives on the lines. They're gambling literally with their money. It was kind of like a spirit bomb thing where they were like, just like, yeah, lend me all of your money. Like, I need everybody's lives right now. Just trust me. I got you. Like, I'm gonna bring it home. And everybody's souls just literally transferred to Fuko, and they actually
Hmm.
look like coin stacks. And it's just like, all right, we about to gamble right here,
Yeah.
right now. So it's like, oh man, to see Fuko come this far, like, to
It's
not be,
crazy,
it's
bro.
so
You
good.
could read the first chapter, you would have never thought this is what you would be looking at from her, dog.
Exactly. You would think like, oh no, Andy's just about to go crazy. She's just about to be riding on this man back the whole time, like just charge him
Yeah.
up for power. But now, like, just seeing how far she done came, we done seen her travel through his past, and like now she's standing on her own, fighting the biggest threat that they've ever come to face, like one on one, and using her power. Man, it's like, bro, it's so good to see Undead Unluck change. You would never thought this from the first chapter, but that's
No.
why it's like,
But that's why I tell you, I feel like they have what it takes to like take it there and it really be something. So no, dog, I totally agree with you.
mhm,
I didn't. It's almost like they wanted you to feel like Andy was always going to be, you know,
like the
the
Superman.
muscle. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Always be the muscle, that type of thing. Always be that type of, save the day, like you said, the Superman. So yeah, this was obviously, yeah, it's a great way to just show character development.
yeah, man.
Honestly.
Definitely, definitely. I think that's one of the best things. And then we also get like, as we've gotten through this fight with Under, we've seen Top and the other kid who
Hmm.
you've seen them evolve and grow. Like, just watching all of these characters that were kind of in the background even step forward and see Andy take a more like support role. Like even then, like we
They
get
needed that.
yeah, definitely.
They needed that though. Andy to me has always been how can I put this? He's a lot.
Yeah,
His character, his personality, the way he does things, it's just a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, having a support role, it was almost like waiting for My Hero to like just waiting for them to put All Might back a tad bit. Like you're
yeah,
just like, all right,
yeah.
I get it. Like I get it, bro.
It's just good to see everybody like come together this way, man. Like
Mhm.
just for everybody to get their time in the limelight. Like I think once we get the ball rolling with Undead Unluck, it's nothing but like nonstop, and I think like it became one of those ones. So hopefully we'll get the anime soon, man.
Hopefully,
I can't wait. We're
almost 100 chapters in,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's a big
exactly,
deal.
exactly, man. Like you would think that we at least get like 13 episodes, so just green light it real quick, get them up to like the moon thing, like
Yeah,
the
let's make
moon
that
and the
shit happen.
stars. We get that popping. But yeah, man. I think that's it for right now. If you got anything else you've been reading, man, like or tapped into,
Oh man, I really just want to, I can't talk too much about Mashal. Mashal is, I'm not up to date on Mashal, but
okay.
I will say this: Mashal is some of the funniest shit that I've read this year. And Jamal said, look, I think it's your type of comedy. Like I think you'll get it,
Yeah.
And yeah, the first chapter I got it immediately. And as it went on, when he actually got to the school and he's like trying his hardest not to get caught and just doing all these different things like throwing the broomstick as fast as possible and then jumping to it to make it look like he's flying, just silly shit that like
Yeah.
one chapter, man, I remember what happened, man. One of the top school representatives or whatever, he was about to go tell like the principal or something on him, and he like buried him under the
Yeah.
ground or some shit. So it's just like like what the fuck is this, bro? Like, but it's hilarious, man. And again, another unique. Like it doesn't look like anything else,
Yeah.
I just think it's very pretty and it's clean and the premise is really good. Um, Love Mash. I think it just works, So I can't speak too much on it because I'm still fairly early on because I
Yeah.
started reading when the actual manga came out in the States, like
Okay.
physically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm up to date on all those as I turn around and look at these books on the floor. But yeah, I love Mashal. I did tell you that I'm really just getting into Hell's Paradise as well.
Oh yeah, man. Listen,
Um, I,
that's
that
honestly.
first few pages, my bro, I was like, okay, they burning this man alive, and then I'm like,
It's not doing nothing. He's unfazed, man.
he's unfazed by it, man. So I'm a tap in. I have not read any Fire Punch, right? So
I haven't read any either.
yeah, you can't find volume one anywhere. I'm sure you saw while
Yeah,
you were at
yeah, Barnes and Noble.
everything was there.
Yeah, it,
AD and I were at the same Barnes and Noble, apparently like a few hours apart from each other,
yeah,
but they have like every volume except for one there, of course.
yeah,
So,
definitely, man. We
but
we
yeah,
might have to make a phone call and be like, all right, so we need y'all to put this one in, like at least get a collection
for
in or
real,
something, man. Because you
for
saw all of
real.
those Hunter ones, man.
Yeah, they're there. They must be reprinting, man.
They got to. I feel like something's cooking up with man.
I don't know. I kind of feel the same way. I was thinking to myself, I was trying not to be optimistic. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be like, nah, nigga, ain't nothing about to happen. Especially, I told you I went on a rant about them releasing that fucking
The
10-year
10-year thing.
anniversary. Like, I
Uh,
was like, are y'all seriously like y'all really drew this and then put it out and thought this was a good idea? You
Yeah.
know?
I, and it's been so bad with that because it's like earlier this year we had like the voice actors talking about something and it ended up being like a game or
Yeah, yeah. They
like
need to be. They need to be more like. I feel like it was so tone deaf, bruh.
it really
Shit pissed
was.
me off.
It really was because
It pissed me
how
off.
many people like Hunter has sold how many manga volumes like
Like
450
it's
million.
a good bit. Yeah, a good
Yeah,
bit. Like
something
for
in it,
yeah.
something like that, man. And
It's
it's
like second, like One Piece and then Hunter x Hunter. Like
exactly
yeah,
you would think like, all right, all of these announcements coming out Takashi probably got his phone on do not
Ah,
disturb. You know.
yeah. If he even has a phone right now. Like seriously. So I don't know, bro. I'm hoping like we spoke about earlier, but I hope that goes back to normal at some point in time. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, that and I'm about to I'm gonna wait. I've been seeing it a good bit. Probably next month or so, I'm gonna start buying Alita or Battle
Oh,
Angel, I should
okay.
say, and reading that again. I've only read some of them online.
Okay.
Huge fan, always has been. So I'll probably see what's up with that soon. But yeah, man, I'm really just getting to it honestly because Mills has been on me about My Hero Academia and catching up with that, and I'm not quite there. And I'm trying, but it's I was so far behind because I watched the animes and
Yeah.
caught up because we were talking about it on Lookout, so I
Yeah.
didn't really have time to do both. So I'll obviously get there too, because I hear everything that's kind of came out past like 3 months been really good.
Yeah, man. It's been
So
really
I'm
good.
gonna, I'm gonna see what's up with that.
Okay. We might have to get you on the debate of MHA versus JJK. You know what I'm saying? Get your stance on that. But
Yeah,
that
when we get look, I've told Mills a little bit. I was like, yeah, talking about season 5 of My Hero,
yeah.
the anime at least, and I was like, uh, although I didn't think it was great, but Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man and Attack on Titan really destroyed season 5 My Hero because
Yeah.
nobody we were all just in a different vibe.
Yeah.
I think Promised Neverland had just ran too. Like we were just in
Yeah.
a different the space was not
We was coming off
Wonder
from a high.
Egg, bruh. There was some great stuff coming out and it just was not the genres just didn't work. Like
Yeah.
what they were doing, I wasn't trying to see, kids beat each other up in a training montage after watching Gojo fight and kill or not kill, but knock off Jogo's head. Like
Yeah.
I didn't care
Yeah.
about that shit. Like it was too much going on. Like Attack on Titan, that season was crazy.
Yeah,
Like
man.
the energy just wasn't the same, and I have to go back and watch it again, like in just that, and just binge it and really see how I feel about it because season 6 is supposed to be the one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. We're
but yeah,
about
man,
there.
I'll definitely come back for that because yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to say. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to say.
Oh yeah. For sure. For sure. But yeah, man, that'll do it for this week's episode of the Big Eyes Podcast, man. Make sure
Yeah.
you subscribe. Thank you, Jeff, for coming out,
Oh
man.
man, this is man,
This is home, man.
yeah, I'm so happy, dude, to be here. It's awesome, bro. It's awesome, man. I love to come back. Y'all
Oh, you already
just
know,
say
man.
when, man.
You
Just say
already know,
when.
man. But yeah, man, if you please follow the Lookout RNC, follow RNC Radio Live. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is the one stop shop. You got RSPN, you got the A
Hmm.
Show, we got
Hmm.
everything, Black Variant. Just check us out,
Yeah.
rncradiolive.com. The website is there. You can see everything collected into one neat format, you know. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
man, until the next time, please read more manga, watch more anime, and be on the lookout, only on the lookout for the Big Eyes Podcast. Thank you.
Yeah.